Okay, so the third section is empower. And this is such an important thing, isn't it? Being empowered to know what you think and then to be able to act on it and make good decisions. And I know I know the GB leaders. This is partly why I love being president of GBs, because that you're so tuned in to the girls that you work with. You've worked with them for a long time, many of them since they were 4 or 5, and one thing that GB leaders do really well is give girls a whole range of things to build their confidence, to build their skills, to let them know they can achieve stuff and they can do things. The thing about this topic of sex and relationships is that for many girls this can quickly become a key area in their life where they feel that they're failing, either because they haven't got a boyfriend, or because nobody likes them, or because they're unexperienced, or because things have happened to them that they just didn't want to happen, or they made decisions that they regret. And so sometimes for girls they can be doing really well in other parts of their life but really struggle to know how to make positive decisions when it comes to relationships. And so empowerment is really, really important. And I think often what we say, and this is not to stereotype, but often what we say is by the time young people reach adolescence, young males, teenage boys, need real help developing empathy skills. So thinking about how the decision they make will impact other people. Now, girls often can do that a little bit easier than boys, not always. But often what we need to see for the girls is that they are increasing confidence to speak, to stand up for themselves, to speak out in a group, to say no, to assert themselves, to say yes, all that kind of stuff. And if you wanted to just kind of do a little bit of homework to help you think around this, on Channel 4 there's a programme called Sex in the Classroom, which is about a school in Accrington in Lancashire who took quite an unusual approach to their sex education lessons. They got a Belgian sexologist over, and they had a group of 14, 15-year-old young people, and she takes them through a really interesting programme where she's quite straight talking about sex. She gets them to use the correct words about genitalia. And what very quickly becomes evident is that the boys are struggling to see how the girls are impacted by their sexual banter, by their belief that all girls should act like porn stars. And the girls find it very hard in the classroom to speak out and say, no, I don't agree with that, boys. So the boys are encouraged to carry on with their myth believing, because the girls find it very hard to say, no, that's not what girls are like. And what this woman does brilliantly is she helps the boys broaden their empathy skills, and they are fantastic. The males, by the end of the course, are saying, oh my goodness, I didn't know girls felt like that. I didn't know that's what girls thought. And the girls are saying, it was brilliant. When I said to the boys, no, that's not okay, they listened to me and they respected me. And by the end of the session, they are completely transformed young people. And so what can we do to help girls really hear what boys think? So are there some older guys in your church? Maybe you have a son aged 17 or 18 who might have some really good stuff that you think the girls in your group need to hear. And what could be some of the things that you do with girls to empower them to speak out? So role plays are a great idea. Getting them to speak for 20 seconds on a topic of their choice. Watching a little clip from EastEnders or Hollyoaks or a film together and saying to the girls, what advice would you give to the girls? Anything that helps the girls think about what they should do and speak it out actually directly impacts their ability to do the same thing in social settings. But the same for you and I as well when it comes to empowerment. That actually our role with young people, often we can feel a little bit disempowered because we see culture around us and we can read the stats that say by the age of 10, 11, 80% of young people have looked at some form of pornography online. And we can think, oh my goodness, what on earth can I do to help in that at all? Well, the thing is that actually if a girl is coming to your group on a regular basis, she's giving you permission to speak into her life. That's what she's doing. She trusts you, so you have an ability to impact. And what we often say, isn't it, in a very incredible way, that young people are like wet cement. That's why we like working with them, because adults, they're set in their ways, they've gone hard. But young people are still forming and shaping who they are. And actually sometimes these conversations that we have, it's like we have an opportunity to put a fantastic imprint in their lives of something really good that's going to shape their lives for years and years and years to come. So a conversation where you say to a young person, do you know what, you made such a good comment in that session today. That was excellent. I would like you to go away and just keep thinking about that. And when you're in a situation where you feel under pressure, I reckon if you did that, that could change things for you. That is like a beautiful imprint on that person's life that will travel with them forever. So I pray that you will feel empowered as you think about this topic. And I pray that as you speak to the girls, they will know the empowerment that comes from God's Spirit and also the new skills that you are giving them to make different decisions for themselves.